Underway here in the second. Great to have you alongside Rebecca Lobo-Dave O'Brien and Holly Rowe. Jumper coming, and that's going to be in and out by Scalia, but tough rebound underneath, batted away. Once again controlled by the Hoosiers as they crash the glass and trail at 23-18. Holmes draws the double. Parrish through the lane for two.
Really good job attacking the defense that was in rotation because of the double team on Holmes.
Sydney Parrish has had some big games. She had 24 against North Carolina, 18 and 7 against Penn State, so she can show up. Here's Martin, who's off to a hot start and continues with a triple. She's got 11 points.
Kate Martin has been in a little bit of a shooting slump after starting the season on fire from three, and vitally important because of the attention Caitlin Clark gets for her wing players to be able to hit from three.
One of the 5 returning starters from a year ago. Scalia on the money. Recently had a 24-point game against Ohio State.
What do you think so far of the efficiency we're seeing in terms of shooting in this game?
I think you have to love it. If you're a basketball vet, Clark, look at this move. Little give and go in the paint. Yes! That's dazzling. So it's not just about being able to shoot it from half court.
Pass and then the beautiful cut in order to get it back.
I think your word is perfect. Efficiency. And it's delightful to watch. 28-23. There's zone. Scalia again. Off the back of that iron. Iowa on top by 5. Martin's really feeling it. And close, but can't convert.
Especially for Indiana with Grace Berger on the bench with 2 fouls. So important for them to stay as attached as they can. Play through Mackenzie Holmes. She needs to see the weak side.
Needs some help. Threw it away. Picked up by Clark. In transition. Marshall, yes. Big time pressure by the Hawkeyes. Or McNeil gets a look. Yes.
They miss Grace Berger. They miss Grace Berger on the floor right now to settle everything down for them.
She's at the table ready to check back in. Indiana forces the turnover. Parrish on the bounce feed. Scalia, yes. Well run break. So there's Grace Berger getting ready to come back on with a couple of fouls.
This is a tough experienced Indiana team, though. A couple times when Iowa has made their runs, what's happened? Indiana has answered.
Indiana 9-0 against top 25 opponents. Long range and around and out, picked off by Scalia. Arizona will back it out. Shot clock at 15. Calling Holmes up for a screen. Iowa's defense has been suffocating, but that time Moore McNeil beat it.
I like the decision, though. Bring Mackenzie Holmes out, get her in on-ball action, maybe get her on the roll on a move where it's a little tougher to double her.
Clark decides not to shoot it. Then she took 28 shots in the first meeting, while scoring 35. Chloe Moore McNeil got a really good open look. Sonata with another rebound. She averages 6 and 17 points a game. Here's Clark way downtown. They'll get a second effort. Warlock thought about the drive. 5:37 to go here in the first half. Martin again to penetrate and draws the contact.
Caitlin Clark with a beautiful cut. We see the pass, but it's the cut that gets her open and then dances around until she gets the easy look. And then as soon as the ball's in her hands, her head is up. She is one of the best up-ahead passers in terms of transition in the women's college game.
Well, she was voted ESPN's mid-season player of the year. She's the reigning Big Ten player of the year. Many more honors obviously to come. Meanwhile, Kate Martin at the line, 82%. We see Berger in the contest again, playing with the 2 fouls.
And Martin was able to get a great look because Sanano, when the double team came, looked opposite wing out. That's what Mackenzie Holmes has not been able to do when she's gotten doubled, is find the open player on the opposite wing.
Berger, terrific with the basketball. Holmes trying to muscle away, and that's a traveling violation.
And a great job that time, Iowa, switching it up defensively. Holmes gets it, expecting the double team. It doesn't come, and it bothers her rhythm.
So 32-29 Iowa. Indiana with just 3 turnovers so far. Clark catches, fires, and swishes.
Great decision. Maura McNeil out of the game. She's Clark's primary defender. You set a screen for her off the ball to get an open look.
Whistle here. Just when you think that Caitlin Clark is maybe off to a bit of a soft start, you look up, she's got 13 points. That doesn't take very long.
Who thought she had a soft start? Caitlin Clark doing it all this time off of the off-ball screen. Drains it. No shrug, but we see it, Caitlin.
Well, Caitlin Clark starting to get going. But you talk about the passes, passing ahead in transition, how gifted she is.
Yeah, she's the best transition get-ahead passer in terms of assists that we've seen perhaps since Sue Bird. And you see it here. She corrals the ball, no dribbles, puts it right on the money, so her teammate only needs 1 dribble, Gabby Marshall, in order to score inside. When you think of greatness in terms of that, you think of Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Courtney Vandersloot, and then, to me, Caitlin Clark.
Well, Holmes once again drawing all sorts of pressure and lost the basketball. So Indiana kicks it back to the Hawkeyes. Indiana with a 14-game winning streak on the line. Clark on a penetration and a whistle. And she hit the deck. And a little bit slow to rise, but on her feet. Came up looking at her hand. And Maura McNeil with the foul, number 1. So Clark will go to the line, 84%. Talk about games against the top 25 and stepping up against the best opponent. This is unbelievable.
And whether it's top 25, whoever they're playing, of course the game plan when you go against Iowa is to slow down Caitlin Clark as much as you can. Nobody's been able to do it.
Let's go to Holly.
Well, guys, she grew up playing against boys. She said she played in the boys' league until she was in 4th grade. She said, I learned to play against bigger, stronger, more physical players, but she was actually the MVP of that boys' league. She said that's where she gets a little bit of her swagger from, her toughness from, and she said she finally had to switch over to girls' basketball when it was getting too tough. She has retained some of that toughness and personality that she learned with the boys as a little kid.
Now playing against the practice player guys every day in practice, and we called the Iowa game earlier this season where we got to watch practice, and the way she talks trash to those guys and just competes with them, it's awesome.
Oh, you can tell there's tremendous confidence in all parts of her game. Inside that 3-point line, but a miss. Iowa's gotten a big first half out of Kate Martin. Crowd wanted to travel there. Holmes inside where she lives and breathes.
Really good job corralling the basketball as Clark came over to help.
Holmes with 9. Came in averaging 23.7 rebounds. Sanano gives it up. Here's Clark off the front iron.
I thought they had a couple opportunities to get the ball into Stolte inside.
Maura McNeil through the paint and a foul.
Well, Chloe Maura McNeil has had a fantastic season. She said the reason she's improved so much is her confidence. She's getting an opportunity and she's shining. She's from a very small town, Sharon, Tennessee. She said she's doing everything she can to make sure that her 3 little sisters have a great quality of life. She's looking to become an ultrasound tech, and she's taking some really tough classes right now. Chemistry, let's see, what was the other one? Human movement. She is taking a full academic load, and this is just an amazing young lady that's coming to her own this season.
1.5 turnovers a game. She plays 33 minutes a game.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Jumper on the way. That won't drop for Stolte. Indiana with an opportunity here to take the lead on this possession late in the second quarter. Berger with a jump pass. Shot clock at 8. Berger got it.
That's her spot, and I like the decision. Instead of forcing one early, understanding how much time is on the shot clock, working around to get an equally good shot.
First time Indiana has the lead since it was 2-0. So less than 2 to go before halftime. Clark on the way. No. Second effort here for the Hawkeyes. Warnock gives it up. Clark dishing underneath. What a great pass. And a finish by Warnock.
Anytime you play with a player who can get you wide open layups, it's a good thing. Okay, McKenna Warnock. That one was easy.
That vision is off the charts for number 22 for the Hawkeyes. In the lane. And a whistle here with 1:22 on the clock.
What a fun back and forth we've had so far in this game. Both teams shooting over 50%. Grace Berger, the queen of the mid-range. And then it doesn't come easier than this off of a beautiful dime from Caitlin Clark.
So Garzone at the line. And coming up, the Jeep halftime report with Elle and Dre and CP. By the way, you guys were phenomenal on game day. That was an entertaining show, and the crowd was so into it, like I've never seen, really.
Yeah, the crowd here was phenomenal, and how they were lined up an hour before game day started. They brought the energy the entire time. It's been so much fun here in Iowa.
It's a great broadcast. Getting us ready for this one. Indiana leading it by 1. And Scalia back on, 5'10" senior out of Minnesota. Indiana early on had their problems, but they've come roaring back in this one.
Look at the attention you see. Zanotto getting inside, surrounded.
Clark outside the 3. Warnock will swing it. Falter will shoot that one, but it's going to be off the iron. Under a minute to go before the break. And you can feel a little more momentum here swinging in Indiana's favor approaching halftime. Having a tough time getting it to Holmes, but she'll draw the double, swinging through it, and left it short.
That time the double team did come as soon as she put the ball on the floor.
So Iowa trying to retake the lead. Lisa Bluter putting a play on.
That was an interesting stomp in her foot with the horns in the air, right?
Right. Have to know the genesis of that. 5 to get off a shot. They want Clark to touch it. Clark with a runner, banks it in. All variety of shots. Time for a heave here. Berger with an opportunity, gets it up and away, but it won't go. And at halftime, it's exactly the game we anticipated in so many ways, with Iowa leading by 1, 40-39. Indiana briefly had the lead back, but the Hawkeyes in front of this raucous crowd will go to the locker room on top by 1. Let's go to Holly.
Well, Coach, you got out to such a hot start. How did they start to come back? What are you wary of right now?
Well, I mean, their defense is so good. I mean, they're all over our ball handlers, and really, it's a physical game, and we've got to be able to withstand that physical play.
Some of that physical plays in the post. How do you get Monica more touches, just 2 points in this first half?
Yeah, we need to get her more touches. I think we're doing a pretty good job on Holmes, though. Doing a good job with that. Caitlin has done a good job for us. You know, it's going to be a heck of a second half for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks,
Holly, thanks. It was a heck of a first half. Really looking forward to the second. Iowa and Indiana with another half to come. Let's go to Elle.